guys, welcome back to Tinx Live exclusively on Radio Andy Channel 102. As always, this is our weekly time to talk to each other with a live Ask Me Anything. I want to talk to all of you, so call me right now. It's 844-305-2639. Happy Wednesday. We're coming to you live from New York. We got the squad all here. We got Chris, we got Jesse, we got Steve, we got Lauren, newly minted New York City resident. She had her first sleep in her New York apartment. I'm so excited, so happy for her. It's a big day. It's a big day for any gal when she moves to New York. Although the weather, can I say that spring is absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, the worst season. Like it is. Oh, Jesse's flabbergasted that I said that. I'm sorry, it's the worst. Today, it's the type of weather where it's sunny, but it's freezing. But when you walk, you get hot, but your hands are cold. So fuck me. Okay, fuck me. That's literally the worst thing ever. Like, Jesus Christ, like cut me some slack. Also, before I forget, my book tour dates have been announced. So if you live in New York, New Jersey, Chicago, Dallas, LA, and Boston, come and check me out. It's going to be fabulous. I can't wait. It will be really fun. So, okay, just to round it out, the Morgan Wallen thing, because I did see clips on this all on TikTok and Insta. I just, like, can I say something? His aura is not great. Like, he does not have a good aura. And I know he's been, like, you know, said, I think he said, like, a really bad slur. I think he said the N-word.
It was about 2 years ago. He said a very bad word.
He said a very bad word. And didn't he, like, throw a chair off of, like, a roof or something? So I don't know why people are surprised that he has bad aura when he comes to SNL. My thing is, first of all, I always say to you guys, how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you're going to do something, do it right. Second of all, it is an honor to be on SNL. It is. And if you don't respect that and you don't think it's cool, don't accept the invitation. Okay? Like, seriously, if if it's something like your publicist is forcing you to do it, it goes against what you believe for whatever fucking reason. I don't know what reason you would have. Then don't do it. Then thirdly, like, get me to God's country. Like, okay, like, what does that even mean? So, okay, only the South is God's country. My thing is, like, I really don't like it when people wield religion to be, like, shady or hateful. So it's like, well, are you saying that God doesn't like people in New York? I don't know. Like, what's the subtext there? I don't know. It was kind of an interesting thing, but people were very divided on the internet. But actually, a lot of you guys wrote to me and were like, yeah, his aura is not great. So there you go. All right, you guys, what else is going on? Wow, I have a lot to say about the Scott Galloway, Logan, I think her name is Logan Ury, Diary of a CEO episode. It's like 2 hours long, and it's basically about, like, everything that we talk about men, the crisis that we're in. And it pains me to say this, but I actually have notes on it. I really do. I think I'm going to do a whole podcast episode about it because everything they're saying is true, but I think my feedback is very similar to the TikTok I made this week about the Wall Street Journal article about there being no one for women to date. A lot of it is just kind of like, oh, poor men. And it bothers me that they're trying to find solutions to help these men who are in crisis. And I agree we need to do that because ultimately the only people that are going to be hurt by this are women. Well, not the only people, but the people who are ultimately going to hurt if we continue to have loneliness and, like, increase in incels are women. But it's just, like, a little bit annoying because nobody helped women. Like, when we were behind in education, when we were not earning as much, when we were not able to buy houses, nobody was like, okay, we need to put together groups because women are falling behind. Like, we just clawed our fucking way up to this place where we are now, which is, at least in some cities, I think that they mentioned this in the pod, it's like in cities, like, women are outperforming men. Like, we clawed our way there. There was no help for us. Like, there was no, podcasts going, what can we do to help women? Like, women one by one clawed their ways into boardrooms, to earning higher, to colleges, to all that stuff. And now we're, like, having to, course correct because all these men are feeling down and out. And it is a crisis, but there's something about it that bothers me, again, about the framing. Again, women would love to have masculine men. It's not our fault that we are just continue to rise. So I have a lot to say about it. It's definitely worth a listen. There's a lot of interesting stats in there. So I think that if you are a single person, you would like it because it will absolutely validate that it's not you and you're not crazy. Like, we are actually living through something quite profound right now, you guys. One thing that they all agree on in the podcast is, like, the digitalization of mating has been catastrophic. Like, it's really been catastrophic. So if you are single and you are completely feeling bananas right now, it's not you. The stats are there. We're living through something really crazy. I just don't really see the path out of it. Like I really don't see how we're going to right size this error, at least not for this generation. So I'm kind of like, okay, well, where does that leave like Gen Z and millennial women who are looking around being like, there's absolutely no one to fucking date. Like, I don't know what to do. So if you have thoughts on that, call me again. It's 844-305-2639. Let's get to some callers. Maggie, what's up? What's going on?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I cannot believe I'm talking to you right now.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for calling in.
So I wanted to get your opinion on the situation I'm dealing with my friends in one of our weddings. There are 3 of us who have been best friends since we were really little kids, and one of them is getting married. And the bride suggested to our one friend that the 2 of us could be co-maids of honor because she didn't want to make the decision between the 2 of us.
Okay.
But when the bride brought it up to our friend, she flipped her shit. She didn't want to share the role with me. She wanted to be the only maid of honor and got upset that our friend even suggested it to her.
Oh my God. Genuinely, I'm sorry to cut you off, but do people really, like, come on. I mean, sorry, haven't we grown out of this? Like, that's literally insane. Like, it's not her wedding. Like, why would you be upset about that? I am really, I got to take sorry, you finish, then I'm going to rant. Go on.
No, I completely get it. It's so frustrating to me too. But now the bride is listening to her and feels like her feelings matter more, and it's just basically ignoring how I feel. Because I really wanted to be co-maid of honor too, because we've been friends the same amount of time. And on top of that, the bride is now complaining to me about what our friend is saying about me and that she doesn't want to be the co-maid of honor. So I just don't know if I call out our friend and be like, what the fuck? Like, why are you talking so much shit about me? Why don't you want to share this responsibility with me? Or if I talk to the bride and say, you make your decision. Don't tell me what she's saying about me. And I just want to note the friend that's causing all these problems has been the center of all the drama in our friend group for years. And she just flips out and everybody just lets her do whatever she wants because she gets so crazy about stuff.
I mean, this is really disappointing on the part of your friend. It's not her wedding. It's rude that she's talking shit on you. And thirdly, like, why would the bride want to have this drama queen be her maid of honor? But listen, where does that leave you? I say you should call up your friend and say, or your friend, I'm putting that in bunny ears, by the way, because she doesn't sound like a good friend at all, this girl, and say, listen, I don't know what your problem is with me. I thought it would be nice if we could be co-maids of honor, but you are making this so utterly dramatic for no reason. And if this is how it's going to go, you just do it yourself. And then I would say, also, it's selfish of you to take any attention away from the bride. This isn't your wedding. And if you have a problem with me, come directly to me. Keep my name out of your mouth. I would literally be very stern, and I would write your points down on a piece of paper, and then I would call her. And I would be very calm. Like, I'm riled up for you right now. You can hear it in my voice. But when you call her, I would literally be cool as a cucumber. I would say, I have no idea why you're making this so dramatic, but the drama ends here. I'm going to give you some choices. Either we are co-maids of honor and you get on with it and you stop bitching about me, or you can do it and you also stop bitching about me. Notice how in both of those scenarios you stop bitching about me because we are supposed to be friends, and if you have a problem with me, you should come directly to me. That's what you should say. God, this girl needs to get fucked. This is like, I've actually had it with people being so like random.
No, I know. She's literally terrible. So I appreciate all that because I'm getting married too, and she thinks that she's going to be in my wedding.
Well, she's got another thing coming. Miss Drama Queen can go to Dr. Phil or some sort of a anger rehab and not come to your wedding at all because you don't need that drama around you. Also, congratulations.
Thank you. No, thank you. That helps a lot because I was really debating where I should who to have the conversation with, the bride or this friend. So that helps a lot.
Yeah, this girl needs to get her shit together and honestly, just do that and then move on. And then it's not your problem. You've kept your side of the street clean and that's fine. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I just don't want to cause the bride any more stress. I just want to be like, I just don't even care anymore. I'm like, I just want you to drop all this.
I totally get it. But on some level, I also want to say that the bride, since you guys have all been friends for a really long time, the bride kind of knew what she was getting in for, especially because you mentioned that this girl has been at the center of all the drama. Well, then that's kind of on the bride to pick someone who is so dramatic. And if I were the bride and I saw that that was her reaction, like, oh, causing a stink, I don't want to be co-maid of honor, I'd be like, what the fuck is this bitch's problem? Like, that's kind of a lot. And so don't take on too much responsibility. You know, you're a good friend, but also it's not your responsibility. Like, you kind of know what you're getting into when you involve yourself with a drama friend.
Absolutely. That's why everybody else like in our group has kept her at an arm's length, and the bride just like locks arms with her and like skips down the road, and we don't understand why.
Then she's gonna get drama at her wedding. You know, sometimes you make your bed and you have to lie in it. So that's on her. You've done all you can. You're gonna have one more combo with her and then just move on, because you need to focus on yourself and your wedding and this happy time in your life.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling, babe. Congrats again. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, can I just say something? If you are actually at a point in your life where you stomp your feet because you're not maid of honor or whatever, like, you actually need to go to IKEA and buy that round circular mirror and stare at it for a little bit and say, what is going on within myself that I think that it is so important that I am going to cause drama in someone else's life because they didn't pick me to be maid of honor. Maid of honor, like, get fucking real. You know how I feel about this, you guys. Like, friendship is not made or shown in the big moments, okay? Friendship is made and shown in the tiny moments. When you're there for your friend when they're going through a breakup, when their kid is sick and you go and help them and you watch their kid, when you are on the phone giggling and laughing like you're teenagers again because you just called to catch up. Like, that is friendship. We need to de-center the importance of weddings in friendship, because honestly, as someone who does AMA 2 times a week and has a call-in radio show, a lot of these weddings are causing a lot of drama. So clearly they are not the pinnacle of friendship. Clearly they are not the most important day for you to prove that you're the best girlfriend ever, okay? Honestly, you guys, you, like, seriously, if you're getting upset about this shit, like, I'm not trying to belittle it. I'm saying that I think it is genuinely harmful to our idea of friendship as women. I really am. That's what I'm saying. I'm not belittling you. I'm saying you need to recalibrate how you view being a friend to someone, because if the most important thing to you is that you are their maid of honor for one day, I think you're looking at it all wrong. That's my opinion. And listen, if you want to call and debate me on this, it's 844-305-2639. I would love to hear from you. We can talk about it. If you've had maybe a great maid of honor experience, if you were left out, whatever, I don't care. Call and let's talk about it. Until then, Presley, what's going on? Hi, Presley.
I've been wanting to call and tell you this for a while. I think your show is fucking amazing, and I think often about like what your show means to me, and I feel like it's like the Oprah show of like my time period. Like, I don't know.
You just made my day. You just made my week.
But like, I remember loving watching it with my mom as a kid, and like for years I was like, man, I wish there was like something comparable to the Oprah show. But like, I feel like the high that I got from that show, where you kind of feel like motivated and like connected with people, is like exactly what I feel.
Oh my God.
And I don't know the stats on your show, but I know you talk a lot about wanting it to grow, and like I 100% think it's going to get there.
That
and the
is
more people
so
like hear about it, I think you're good. I think what you're doing is great. Your advice is great. It's very fun. Anyways,
that meant the world to me. I hope freaking the higher upset Sirius hear that and maybe give me some more marketing budget. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Just kidding, not really. But thank you. That means the world.
Yeah,
I also grew up
100%.
I grew up watching the Oprah show too, and I love that feeling. Like, I know this sounds really weird, but like, you know, when you'd be homesick and you would like sit with your mom and you'd watch like the daytime shows, like, I felt very connected to the world because it was back in the day before we had social media. And I remember those shows, and I just remember thinking like, oh, that seems so fun to like talk about things that everybody's talking about and be with everybody. So the fact that you just made that connection is so meaningful to me, and I appreciate it. And I'll get there. I'm going to keep growing this show inch by inch with the help of my amazing team, and we're going to get there. So thank you. Anyway, sorry, to your question.
Awesome. No, love that. Okay, it's not really a question. It's more of a take, but something I was thinking about. I feel like a few episodes or something, we were talking about finances and like a marriage, or what, I guess like any kind of serious relationship. And like one thing I just want to say for like women who are in relationships or marriages where you're the lower earner, I would say like it's important to definitely advocate that like things are split equally. And here's what I think. Like, obviously, like if you end up like being the higher earner, like, put protections in for yourself. But one thing that I will say, like, my husband makes significantly more money than me, and like one thing I've realized that's so hard about it is that you kind of like position yourself, like, I think if you're like doing this like strong, like, okay, we're split finances, like when somebody earns more, you're kind of already in a position where it's like you're constantly going to be like at a point where your career is automatically going to take the back road or like the back burner.
Yep.
If you're not like proactive about making sure that like that's not the case. And I think especially whereas like women, like obviously like if we have kids, like you're automatically kind of in the position where you're going to be the one that like is more like obligated, especially with your career, to like take a back step. And so I do think it's a different standard. Like maybe this is a double standard, but I do think it's different. Like if the woman makes more money than a man, then I can like totally see. But I also think it depends to like what age you get married. Like when you get married so young, you just automatically forfeit, and not when I say so young, like before 30, like you're automatically forfeiting career opportunities. Like you're not as like willing to move. You're not like looking at other things because of that. Anyway, so that was just like one thought I had. Like I do think if you're the lower earner, like definitely like try and like say like, yeah, I want it like split 50-50. Like I don't want to like pay equal shares of the rent if like you're making like double what I'm making.
For sure. I think that for exactly the reason that you just said, women really need to safeguard their own money in relationships. And I agree with you. I think if women make, and then this is double standard and I'm saying it out loud, if you are the higher earner in a male-female relationship, you should put protections around your money. But if the guy earns more than you, then it should be split 50-50. And it's for the exact reason you said. And they actually brought this up on the podcast that I was referencing. So there's this stat floating around like, oh, women are earning more than men, women are earning more than men. And that's true. But there's two caveats. First of all, it's in cities, in bigger cities. And second of all, it is in the like 18 to 30 range. As soon as women hit that 30 range, well, guess what? Our earnings take a nosedive for the reason you said, kids. And we haven't found out a way, and to be fair, Scott does mention this on the podcast, we haven't found a way, and we must, to ameliorate this unfairness, because women they leave to have kids and then their earning potential massively drops because they take time out, which is why women need to have these safeguards around their finances. You need to discuss it with your partner up front. Okay, if I'm going to take out time to have a kid and if the woman wants to go back into the workplace, how are you as a couple going to work that out so that it's fair for the woman to go back and have time and have the space to re-enter the workforce? It's very complicated. There isn't like a great way to do it because the world is not set up for women and the world is not kind to mothers, especially working mothers. And that's why we're in this situation.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And like one thing I'll say too is like I have a huge insecurity around like making so much less money than my husband. We're like the same age. And I literally, I was feeling so much pressure because I was like, my career will always take the back burner. Like now, right. Like not only do I make less money now, but like because we'll always put his on precedent. And I literally I said to him finally, I was like, listen, like I just need to know that like if there's ever an opportunity for me, like you would take a pay cut if you had to. Like if we had to move or something, like putting it out there now, because in 5 years, like when you make even more money, it's going to be harder. And like, he was super receptive and he was like, absolutely. Like, I totally get it. But like, I think like those things should be communicated like, beforehand. But
100%.
Yeah, 100% agree with
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad your husband's receptive and I'm really glad that you're thinking about these things in such a thoughtful way. I think that is so important for you as a person and your identity and your job. And I really want you to not be insecure because you like make less money. But I think that it's awesome that you are like having these conversations with your husband up front so that as you know, I think that money is a massive cause of, disgruntled relationships down the line. So it's great that you're having these difficult thoughts. You have to have them now. So I'm really proud of you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for calling.
One last thing I wanted to say on the wedding thing.
Yeah.
That I don't hear talked about. I had a great wedding. It was a great day, but we spent like $20,000 I think on the wedding, which I think is like somewhat average, if not on the lower end. And all I want to say to all the brides out there is like, had a great wedding. Think about it all the time. I think about all the time how I could have used that money on my house or something. Oh. And like, I literally could have gotten sick and ruined the whole day. So that's just 2 cents for all the people out there.
That's helpful.
That's helpful. I don't know. I think about it all the time.
No, I think a lot of people feel that way.
Any other way.
Yeah. So. Thank you, my love. Thank you for calling in. You're so sweet. And I'm really proud of you. Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Have
Lots of love.
Day.
Bye. Yeah, it's so tricky. The money thing is like, it's so complicated. I think I was speaking about it on Instagram. I think you have to have all those difficult conversations up front. Oh my God, Scott Galloway had a crazy stat on the pod too. I am so up his ass. I couldn't be further up his ass, you guys. Even when I disagree with him, I'm up his ass. He had a stat that was like, it was like the second that men start to make less money in a marriage. If a man starts to earn less money in a marriage, there's a 2/3 chance it will lead to divorce or something batshit. I'll look it up in the break, but it's absolutely batshit. And it's like, money it's not sexy. Trust me, I get that. But like, it is such a core component to a happy relationship, to being on the same page about it. And you have to think, unfortunately, as a woman, okay, am I going to have kids? Is this going to take me out for a few years of work? How much does childcare cost? Like, all that shit falls predominantly on women. So it's important to know what you want and expect going into it from your partner, and knowing that they're going to have these conversations and support you. Guys, we're going to take a super, super quick break. I'm going to be answering more calls after this. So if you're on the line, stay on the line.